I think we need an analog revolution. And I think that people need to be bored a lot more. Yeah. So you may have noticed that there's a big pushback against AI now happening as we speak, which is good. I think it's good that it's happening, but it's a bit late. Not too late, but you know, I wish people could have seen this coming, what AI would become, what it would take away from their lives a bit sooner. But you know, here we are with the data centers being built and all of that. Soon a data center will come to your neighborhood or your local forest, and then there won't be a forester anymore. I often get a question. I'm a novelist, and people ask me how to get into writing. And I realized that, well, what I usually say is, well, you have to make it a habit. Start with putting 1 hour aside every day, maybe in the morning, before work or school, and you write every day during that hour. But what I should have said, and what I am going to start saying, is hold on, the horses. Hey, yeah. Is that you need to be bored. You need to let yourself become bored. Because if you embrace that boredom and you sit with it, it's like a cleansing of the mind, right? And that's where you find creativity. Ironically, you have people who do not understand creativity, like spokespeople for YouTube, for instance. When they introduce their AI tools, YouTube and AI, you know, when they introduced their AI tools, they said, this will be great for your creativity, a tool for your creativity. No, that's not how creativity works. Okay, so if there's anyone from YouTube listening to this, I will tell you the following. Creativity is not about the tools. You don't get more creative if you have better tools, okay? Creativity comes from this place of, you know what, it's difficult to define. It's difficult to tell you where creativity comes from, but it's not about the tools. And you need, I think what you need is a silence, a sort of silence of the mind. And people don't get that these days because they're constantly online, you know, and they are constantly carrying around that little surveillance device that we call a smartphone. I have said before, and I'll say it again, we need to put that smartphone down. We need to leave it at home. You don't need a smartphone at every single second of your life, you know. Try going 1 week without using a smartphone, without looking at it. And what you will see is that it's a better life. It's a better life. Now I realized that I should have brought my cap with a fake caterpillar and all of that. You follow my channel, you'll see what I'm talking about in future videos. But it will hopefully scare away the deer louse flies, because it's the season for those now. I haven't seen any of them yet, but they are out here. And they like my hair and my beard. It's like, if you can't be okay with not having access to your smartphone for one day, you have an addiction problem, you know. And there's another thing about the smartphone. It adds stress to your life. I will say that if the smartphone is only used for entertainment, funny videos, watching YouTube, you know, then it's fine. That's fine. But the thing is that they now expect you to check your emails, to check your social media. Wow. 2 trees have fallen over. Can I see that behind me? Yeah. You know, they say that stupid people say that, well, you have to manage the forest, you have to cut down trees, or else you won't be able to, it will get too dense. But that's not true, it's the opposite. When you have a little piece of woodland like this, where trees are allowed to grow and die and fall down, it's actually much more open. Yeah, but anyway, lost my tractor and my train of thought, as they say. You can have I use a light phone, which I have it here. I'm not sponsored. Don't worry. It looks like this. It's not connected to the internet, but you can download. You cannot download apps, but you can download podcasts to it. So and all of that. So it's great. It's great. And you can call people and you can text people. Speaking of smartphones, I think if you want to become an artist, you should not spend a lot of time looking at your smartphone. You should embrace that boredom and that cleansing of the mind. And you need that in order to be creative. You can be creative with sticks and stones. That's all the tools you need. You don't need YouTube's AI to be creative. It's quite the opposite. Now I'm going to walk through just a tiny stretch of woods here. If there are deer loves flies out, they will be there. So we will see. I am sick and tired of AI into everything. They need to put AI into everything, and I'm sick and tired of that. I don't like that. I think it needs to stop. I think it's a very bad thing that happened to our culture and to humanity. Now, AI has its place in research, I guess, but it should never have become something that you and I use. It takes away your intellectual integrity. I don't use AI when I make these videos. I'm never going to do that. Let's see. So far so good. I'm talking about the flies. No, I don't use AI. Well, I'm saying that, but you know, when you go online and you do a search on the internet, you are using AI. You know, we can't avoid it. There are some search engines that still has the option of not using AI, I think. And Google, of course, is a very bad search engine. Yeah. So far so good. I don't think there are any of those flies on me. So yeah, that's basically what I wanted to say, and you know, put your comments in the comment section, and subscribe to the channel and all of that. Hope you enjoyed this video. Okay, have a wonderful day. Bye bye.